podcast. I'm
Welcome.
Hannah.
Hi. Oh. Hi, I'm Kimmy.
Our podcast goal is kind of just we're two friends who have a lot of funny stuff to say between us about
That we think is funny.
that you're not gonna find funny, but
No.
we want to get it out there about dating
My
and
expectations are curbed already.
curb your expectations.
But yeah, dating and concerts and trends and DC.
Social media, the news, just your late 20s, somewhat millennial.
Cuspers, if you will.
Your hot takes from us. Sorry
Yeah.
to our parents in advance and other family members for inappropriate language
People
and
we've dated.
dating stories and other things that we've probably done that who's to say if you know or not.
Yeah. But here we go. You guys are in for a wild ride. You are going to be able to witness us humiliate ourselves, tell really embarrassing stories, rehash things from the past that we shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm more excited because it's like we embarrass ourselves so much just like out and about, and like now it's just everybody deserves to witness,
Yeah.
not just the privileged few.
And now
in
we get to
in DC.
document it for the future.
For sure.
It's like our own time capsule.
Yeah,
Just putting it all on the internet for everyone to see.
we just want to record our memories. This is our audio autobiography.
Well, what's new with you, Hannah?
Let's see. We just came off of a long weekend, a laborious day weekend.
Yeah, LDW. What'd you do?
I smoked from I hit a bong for the first time since like college.
Oh my fucking God, how did that go?
Honestly, not as bad as I thought. I didn't really like choke or anything. I felt like really cool girl about it.
I don't think I remember how to hit a bong.
I
Like at
definitely
what
didn't.
point you take the...
Yeah, and then also like there's
Just kidding, I've never done that.
no, mom, dad. And then like the holes that you have to like cover. I'm just like I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
I don't know.
I did ask the person I was with. I said, "Hey, can you just get it started for me?" I was sitting on the
A starter
couch.
bong. They need starter bongs.
The starter pack. I was sitting on the couch and I was like looking at it and I was like, do you mind?
Yeah, can you just show me the ropes?
Because
for
I
a
was the guest, so
second?
I got like first dibs, but I was like, I'm too big. I'm just
Yeah,
baby.
I'm just a baby.
Please.
I'm nothing but a wee child. I do not know how.
And can you cut the crust off my PB&J while you're at it?
It already is. It's just he just hands you an uncrustable.
And a Capri Sun.
It's coppery.
Oh my god.
So
Anyway, I did that.
that sounds amazing.
What did you do this weekend or this week?
Well, I was actually supposed to be home in Florida, and then 2 days after I landed, my dad tested positive for COVID, so I skedaddled back up here because I just have too much going on to get sick right now.
Yeah.
I have like work trips and we have concerts coming up and everything. So yeah, I had a pretty low key weekend in DC actually. I didn't really get into too much.
Nice.
I did some drives through the suburbs. I got my roommate's oil changed for her.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah, I bought skis. I did a lot of things this weekend that actually had a lot of potential for male gaslighting. So I was really nervous. Like I spent a lot of my weekend like in this anxious state because going to buy skis, which is like a pretty male dominated sport, especially like I feel like when we've been to the ski store, everyone who's helping you is a man.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always like, ugh, like you don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm just like, that's what you're for.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course I know.
so I like went on all these errands. I like put makeup on because I was like, I need to feel like confident about myself. I don't know if anyone else does that, but
For sure.
when I think that a man is going to be mean to me, I have to like feel good about myself. So I did that. It actually went pretty successfully. Minimal gaslighting there. And
Good.
then the oil change was an even lovelier experience. We had a woman helping us.
Hot.
And she just like told it how it was and was like, go get a coffee across the street while you wait. She's won employee of the year for like 30 years. Yeah, she was a queen.
Wow. I love
The
that.
Vienna, Virginia Jiffy Lube. Shout out.
Shout out to you guys.
So yeah, I had a really thrilling weekend. I did spend a lot of money though in those endeavors.
But it
so.
sounds so mature. Meanwhile, I'm like out late smoking weed.
Smoking weed
going
for the
to
first time
concerts.
ever.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything lately that you've been like loving, like
The
and-
word slay.
Slay. A word. Slay.
Yeah, I can't stop.
That.
I saw someone on TikTok who made like a sleigh tally for themselves,
Mm.
and she was like at 800 by like 2 p.m. And I feel very similarly.
I
Things
don't
I've
want
just
you to
been
stop,
like,
though.
okay,
Keep going.
okay, I won't. What have you been loving, Han?
Have been loving the watermelon dewdrops
From the
from,
Glow recipe.
yeah, the niacinamide ones. I've had them for a while, and I just like, I love putting them on.
Speaking of fucking skincare, I just got my Botox touched up today,
Hmm.
with our friend Rachel,
Can't tell.
and thank you. And we went into this like med clinic where we go, and we had a new person administering our Botox today, and so he was just like familiarizing himself with our needs and talking about our skincare. And he came in so hot, being like Rachel sat down in the chair, and he was like, "Have you ever thought about filler? Have you ever thought
No.
about micro needling your like?" And she was just like, "Well, tell me what else you think is wrong with my face." Like, oh my, it was crazy. It was helpful, like as women who are interested in like,
Yeah.
like light procedures and like maintaining youth, whatever. But he really went into it, not even lightly, not even being like, oh, this might come off like I'm judging that your chin isn't like the whatever fucking, I don't know. He said something like your
Oh.
nose. I don't, it was
I didn't
weird.
even know that was a
Basically, I
thing.
walked out learning that like I have a really red skin tone and I need chin filler and more Botox. So,
That's crazy.
yeah, that was a
He's
few
he said
hours ago. I've recovered now. My self-esteem has
you
come up a
look
little
great.
bit.
I
Thank
I
you.
mean I always
Thanks. You look great. I'm loving your hair like this.
thank
Little
you.
party pony
I
for a
love
Wednesday
it.
night.
It's like a sophisticated child look, like a Fountain Dew, but like
Yeah,
grown up.
I love a high pony.
Yeah, no, I think your face looks good, and that man was a salesperson
He
first.
was. He was definitely trying to make his penny, and I
He
applaud
was
him
gonna
for
get a
it.
Starbucks gift card for that.
He did a pretty good job. That's why I was there for an hour and a half
Oh,
because we were just chit chatting. It was overall, it was a good experience, but if you have a little bit of a thin skin,
yeah,
you probably would have
jarring.
left being like, I never considered like, getting a nose job, and
What
now,
if you were like, I actually like love my nose and chin and everything else. I just
yeah,
wanted this Botox in one
right.
place.
There was no room for that. There
Okay.
was no room for self-love in this place.
Not until after the procedure.
Not until after he got his paycheck.
Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. Well,
What
you
have you been hating, more interestingly?
men.
Yeah. You had a lapse this weekend. I just
You know what?
called you out.
You did. You know what? As I was starting to like borderline sip, my crazy was really showing. The next day, 24 hours later, I was like, I'm fine.
And you know what? When you said that and you were like, I'm fine now, I thought that this man in question did something to trigger you out of your like trance, but it was just like a general waning.
I got my period also the day after I hung out with him. So that also explains a lot because my hormones were
Your hormones
everywhere
were
the
raging.
last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the biggest simp flag for you was that his snoring didn't bother you.
And that says a
And
lot
that's crazy
because
because
my whole family snores, including me. And I always like
yeah.
hate it.
And I've always said because of how much I literally hate snoring, I will end up with someone who snores like a freight train because it's just like in my life
I,
karma.
I gotta say, I think maybe it was the weed.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Maybe I was just high
Hey
enough that I was
Google.
like,
Hey Siri.
I just like
Does
I hit such a good buzz that I
does
was like,
smoking weed for the first
any
time make you snore? How was your hump day otherwise
oh, my
today?
hump day's been great.
Yeah.
Been productive on our podcast.
Hells yeah. We
Planning for
announced to the
today.
world today that we're doing this. So
Hmm. Everything is funny, hot, very cool. I think was Twitter the one that it was like too long or something though.
bro, I don't know.
One of them we put funny, hot, very cool, and it was like it's too many characters. It definitely
I
was
think
Elon Musk.
yeah, Twitter, I think you're only allowed to have 15 characters. I remember it being
Yeah.
an absolute pain in the dick from my first job out of college because our company name was so long and we like could not find an acceptable alternative, but
Yeah,
alas,
so that one might be
we
different,
made
but
it
everywhere
out.
else, we're funny, hot, very cool. Give us a follow.
I supported someone today who I never thought I would in my whole life.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I bought Zach Bryan tickets this morning. I know.
Country Girl, shake it for me. That's Luke Bryan, but still.
Oklahoma Smoke Show is gonna be me apparently. It goes against every fiber of my being to like him on several different planes. He is probably the most like country coded star
Is
that
it
I
chicken?
listen
Is it
to.
chicken fried?
Is what chicken fried?
Is that the song? What is his song that
No,
you
that's
like?
the Zach Brown band.
Oh my God. Heaven forbid another Zach with a B.
I know that it did. I did think of that the other day, and I was like, why do they all have the same fucking name?
Okay, we have like, it goes from like Luke Bryan to Zach
Brian
and to
to
Zach
Zach
Brown
Brown.
Band.
Yeah, and then there's probably someone whose first name is Brown, and then it all just Kane Brown,
Oh my
another
God.
country artist. They all are named the same thing. They all write the same songs. They all play music with the same three chords:
Boot, liquor, country.
jeans, trucks, tractors, whiskey,
And
beer,
women with big
football.
tits and short shorts.
Yeah, Casey Lights,
Yeah, oh, God,
the
I
South.
forgot about those.
Yeah, my
I've been out of Pennsylvania
my
for
daddy's
long
farm.
enough. Yeah. Anyway, what have you been hating?
I've been hating my inability to sleep. I was up till 5 a.m. last night for no reason. That's a big bummer.
Yikes.
But yeah, I feel like I've been in less of a hating era recently.
Good.
I'm entering my soft zone.
What?
I'm trying to be like softer. Like less of like a
Oh.
bitch all the time and just like hating. It's not easy.
Yeah, I like your attitude. That's why we're friends.
I actually do have something that I really hate, and I know you'll relate to this because it
Okay.
happened to you this weekend too.
Yeah.
Men who, no matter what type of dating or romantic relation you've had, men who always bring the conversation around to something sexual,
Mm.
regardless of the
Yeah.
topic. Like, if I'll be like, oh yeah, I just like got stuck in an elevator, they'll be like, oh, like,
No, you can't
wish
forget.
I was there. Or like some shit like
You can't forget
that.
the classic, I have to take a shower. Ooh,
Without me? Yeah.
Oh, babe, you're gonna take a shower without me? Oh, you're gonna be all wet and soapy? I wanna be in your crammed asshole shower, trying to shove my junk wherever. Ugh.
Oh,
But
first
at our-
snort. First snort.
But at our age, also, it's like half of them are starting to enter like the erectile dysfunction zone too. So,
Yeah.
Or if they've been drinking, like whiskey hits even harder nowadays. So it's like,
Right.
I don't know, bro. You're talking a big game.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's just really getting under my skin. I'm like, I just don't want to always, like, it's 2 p.m. on a Thursday. I'm in a meeting. Like,
Those are my favorite when you're literally like,
why?
my
What are
brother
you
in
doing right
Christ.
now?
Like, I'm sober as shit. I'm in the middle of something. Why aren't you?
I haven't seen you in a month. Like, get
Oh
out
my
of my fucking, get off my desk. Get it off my desk. I hate it.
Literally. Clear the desk.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So I've been hating that.
That's a good hate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Our welcome segment is going to end up being 45 minutes every episode of us just ranting about things that we hate.
And you know what? If that's all this podcast ends up being, so be it.
Yeah, just that and vocal fry, which, by the way, yours is sounding incredible.
Yeah. No, my balls are dropping right now.
Oh my God, Hannah, happy birthday. You just turned 13.
Thank you.
You're a real man now.
I'm more of a man than half the men that I have talked to lately.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Well, speaking of me having vocal fry and a terrible voice, in addition to the weed that I've smoked this weekend.
For the first time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I also, I went to a concert. I went to Diplo at Echo Stage.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
The
so-
infamous DC show that he almost got stuck in Burning Man and couldn't make it to.
Yeah, so he was in Burning Man, and it was right when all of the flooding and stuff happened, like right, I guess overnight or like earlier in the day or some shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. My knowledge of what happened at Burning Man is pretty superficial.
Same. We went Saturday night.
Hmm.
Typically, for those at home, Echo Stage concerts.
For those following along.
The main DJ, depending on like how big and popular everything is, like they won't come on until anywhere after like midnight. Normally like midnight to
I've
1
seen
a.m.
someone come on from like 12 to 1:30. I say is the latest I've probably seen someone come on.
Yeah, I think one time we saw
Or the
Tiesto.
earliest.
One time we saw Tiesto come on. I think he came on at like 12:45 in the morning.
Yeah, I think the latest I ever saw at Echo Stage was Armin van Buren came out at like 1 or 1:30 when we
Yeah.
saw him.
So, I was like, we probably don't want to leave our pregame until 11:30. We have like a really fun time. We're cracking jokes to the people.
I never want to leave a pregame. I never want to leave a pregame, let alone leave a pregame early.
Yeah, I mean, we were having a really good time, but two of the folks were kind of new to the scene. So they were like, what time are you sure? Like, I mean, the doors were at 9, blah, blah. I was like, call it 11:15. We'll leave
Yeah.
then. Like, then we'll have like an hour maybe at Echo Stage. Because I'm like, he's probably going to come on between 12:30 and 1 a.m. It's Diplo. Big
Yeah, and
name.
if you get there at 9, you're just paying for $20 rail vodka sodas for 4 hours before you
Exactly.
have to see the main act.
And the strategy we have is like, you get nice and toasty at the pregame, and then you don't have to
pregame
buy
like as long as humanly possible.
yeah, any drinks once you're there. You
Yeah.
can just get water. And normally
And
you're
be a responsible adult, because
Yeah.
that's what we are, I'd
normally
say.
like you kind of hit your like your peak when you get there, so you're like kind of peaked and like plateauing while you're listening
Yeah.
to your favorite artist that you're there to
Tapering off a
see.
bit.
Yeah, and then by the time they're done with their set, you're like, wow, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah,
now.
you're like, I'm ready to go.
So it's like 12:30, 12:45, and like luckily whoever they had on right before him was a decent DJ. I'm sorry I don't remember their name. I could Google it if I wanted to. But I don't.
I don't want to.
He was a decent DJ, so like we were vibing. He was playing like good remixes, like all that kind of stuff. Like I liked it, but we were all just like, where the fuck is Diplo? And then all of a sudden it's like 1 a.m., 1:30, and we're like, what the hell?
I know when I saw
is
your
going
text,
on?
the like timestamp of your text the next morning, I was just in shock. You were like, he still hasn't come out, and it was 1:45.
Yeah, so 1:45, 1:49, the guy next to us says like he's here, like he's coming on soon. So
Do
literally,
you think he literally flew in like in that moment? Or do you think he was like waiting backstage and like there were other technical difficulties?
So what I understand, so he came on basically at like 1:55. Like, did you just yawn?
No, I had to burp.
Oh,
I'm drinking burp
baby, put that
juice.
in the mic.
I didn't know if the people want
We
to
can
hear
sell
that.
that.
Okay.
Someone's gonna want to hear you.
I'll
burp.
vacuum seal it.
Put my farts in jars. He comes on at like 1:55, like basically 2 a.m. and we're like, holy shit! Thank
Does he
God.
address the fact that it's 2 a.m.? Or
He-
that
all
he
he
was almost
says-
stranded
all
in
he's-
Burning Man?
The other reason I knew it wasn't because we were like, is that Diplo? Is it not Diplo? Like before he came on, and I was like, he hasn't even addressed the crowd, so it's definitely not. He comes on, he's fine, like DC, what's up? I'm here, guys. Blah blah blah. Like,
Okay,
let's
it
go.
must have been like a last minute.
But my guy's wearing like a ball cap, like random whatever. Like
Right off
he
the
has
plane.
like pizza on stage. Like he's just like he barely says anything. Great times. So the next day I wake up, I'm like stalking his Instagram, his stories and all, because people kept saying, oh, he was like stranded at Burning Man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what the hell? Because no one that we hang out with follows the Burning Man scene, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So what happened was like
It's
they
all
got
hearsay.
exactly. They got stranded because of all the mud and the rain. So they just left all their shit at Burning Man and they just started walking to like a road.
Yeah.
Like, they
okay,
literally
I saw this on
trekked-
TikTok.
They trekked, I think they walked at least 2 miles, maybe more, walking until they came across somebody with a pickup truck
Mm-hmm.
who happened to be a fan and knew who Diplo was. Also, Chris Rock was with him, so I'm sure that helped.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid this person to take them and like their small crew. Like Diplo's wife, I think, is with them,
Oh my
and like their
gosh.
other crew, all that.
I would
paid-
have been in the grumpiest mood of all time.
Dude, I think he was. So they paid this guy with a pickup truck. They all sat in the bed of
They
his pickup
paid him
truck.
with a pickup truck.
Yeah, a new car. And that guy drives them out somewhere else. They meet somebody else who, like, basically they're hitchhiking. It takes them as far as they
Right,
can go.
yeah.
They get to another road. they find somebody with like a van, they pay that person who also knows who they are, and they take them to like the local airport where their private jet, everyone's
Mm-hmm.
PJs are waiting, right?
Um, where is Burning Man? Like,
It's in Nevada in the middle of a desert.
okay.
So it's like the
I knew it was
closest
somewhere
airport
like
is like
California, Nevada, but
10 miles away from wherever people are, Like
right.
it's
Okay.
not super close, and it's probably like the roads are few and far between.
Gotcha.
Like there's probably one way in, one way out. So they get there and they get on the PJ and like they book it right to DC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's see, Nevada to DC, that's
4.5. Yeah.
5 hours
Yeah.
maybe. And they probably left at like, I don't know, like 6 or 7. Like it was evening time. So they were cutting it close. Then they landed all this stuff. Like,
Right. And
I,
they're losing time coming back.
exactly.
Yeah.
So then basically Diplo was like, they got right off the plane, went to Echo Stage. So he's like, when we
Mm-hmm.
get there, we need water, food, and t-shirt, like clothing. Because they
Water, food, t-shirt.
they left everything
This
in
Ken's
the
job
desert.
is music.
Mine is t-shirt. But they left everything in Nevada. So, yeah, but I guess he went right there, and then it was like the next day,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And we have another concert coming up this weekend, which is just, you're going back to back.
Yeah, we're seeing your favorite band this
My
weekend.
beloved All Time Low.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hometown.
For the innumerous time for me.
Yeah, or we're in double digits.
Yeah, we're well into double digits. I've seen them over 20 times. This will be. I really can't count. I just have like an estimation. Because for the majority of my adult life, I've seen them more than once a year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't. I've obviously never seen anybody that many times, but I love that for you.
Yeah, I think it will take a lot for any other band to ever pass them. I think the closest I have is like Mayday Parade, who ironically we're also seeing on Friday.
I forgot they were opening.
Yeah, the closest I think I have is them, and I think they're at like seven, maybe, or
Yes.
more than that. I don't know, but I don't know if we're in double digits yet for Mayday.
I don't think you are for them. But
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I'm excited though. They're playing at the State Fair, which should be interesting. We just get like pop punk and fried Oreos, which I don't really know what more you could ask for in life.
I get to pet a cow.
I thought you were gonna say a cat, and I was like, they have those here, but not at the fair. I don't think.
There's a small cat down here that I don't think you can see, but
yeah,
she's hanging out.
really cute.
Holly, do you have something to say for the folks at home?
Oh, jingle jangle. No, she hates being on podcasts. She told me that earlier. Yeah, I think I've noticed something recently, and I would like to know your opinion on this, that concert etiquette since the pandemic has just completely plummeted. Like, I have experienced some of the most inconsiderate human beings in the world at concerts since,
Well, and
live music has come back.
have you seen the trend of people throwing shit on stage
Yes.
at artists?
Oh my
They're
gosh,
literally
yes.
injuring artists, and for what? Like
Like,
and then you're gonna be like,
full
"Hey,
on-
I'm the person that hit Casey Musgraves or whoever, like in the fucking eye with a pencil."
Isn't that like, when does it become like
Yeah.
battery?
It basically is. It's assault, and it's just like you're not doing it for clout, because you're not going to be like, I'm the one that threw my
Yeah.
dead mom's ashes at Pink on stage.
I
Like, why would you own
feel-
up to that?
I know. Yeah, that that one was, I think, the most out of pocket. Someone got like a whole wheel of brie recently.
Mhm.
I think that was also Pink. I don't know. Someone
Maybe
a
BB
whole wheel
Rexa
of
got hit
brie
and had to like
with a cell phone. She got hit in her like brow bone and
yeah, she
split
had to
it
go
open.
off stage. She couldn't do the rest of the concert. I don't
Yeah,
think.
Kelsey Ballerini. I think a lot of it started with Love on Tour, Harry Styles, because his concerts were like so
Oh.
interactive and the crowds were like such a massive part of the whole experience. But a lot of these fans who were coming to, because he did like the residency tour,
Mhm.
would come to every night of the residency in whatever town and like not like get to know him personally, but like he would recognize people, and so it became very interactive. And then these fans were like, I mean, I saw him in Madison Square Garden and people were throwing like chicken nuggets, water bottles, like, I don't want to say standard because I don't really agree that you should ever be throwing things at artists,
was
but
consensual.
not like wheels of cheese.
Yeah, and we're not launching them at the artist.
And it's not with malintent. What's happening now feels a little malicious.
It's ridiculous, and he welcomed it, right? So
Yeah.
there's that level of like, he said this is okay. You going to a random concert where an artist is like whatever, don't fucking throw it. Like,
Yeah.
Drake and Young Gravy, I think, want people to throw their bras on stage.
Which, first of all, by the way, started with All Time Low. And you know what? I don't even want to say that because it probably fucking started with like Motley Crue when I was not even a thought to be had yet.
It was probably like Elvis. People were going crazy for his pelvic thrusting.
But I remember seeing All Time Low when I was in 7th grade. I don't even, 10, 11. And people were throwing their bras on stage. Not me, obviously. And they went.
I wasn't even in a training bra.
Yeah, I don't. Just like.
Just another t-shirt.
I mean, throwing Calvins now would probably be like intriguing to people, but they would have so many that their mic stands couldn't stay up because they would hang them around their mic stands. And like I have pictures of All Time Low performance just up here.
You know, when you're going to a concert.
Yeah. I just remember having pictures of them playing like at Warped Tour in fucking like 2007. With bras on their mic stands. So Drake, Young Gravy.
I will say Young Gravy's making it. I saw a TikTok where he was doing an interview and said that for every bra thrown on stage, they take, and I don't remember what the amount was, but for each bra, it was like they would donate to like Susan G. Komen or breast cancer research and awareness. Which
I was supposed to see Young Gravy, funny enough. He was one of my canceled COVID shows. I wasn't really seeing him on purpose. He was opening for Dylan Francis. And I was going to see them. And then, yeah. I never went. They did reschedule that show, but yeah.
I mean, I will die on this hill. I think the metal shows, the harder core metal shows I've been to, have some of the better crowds in terms of like safety and respect and awareness of the people around them.
I agree
and
completely.
If something shady is happening, it's
people
easy
are
for
aware.
You to tap like a big muscular dude and be like, the guy behind me is a fucking creep.
Yeah.
And they'll help you get somebody involved.
I remember being at Warped Tour sometime in high school and I was seeing the band The Wonder Years and I wasn't really in their crowd. I was like watching from the outskirts and someone threw a shoe on stage and they stopped the whole show and got pissed and they were like, don't you dare. Like you're going to hit someone in the temple and knock them out of their eye socket. Like, you just don't know. And it was this whole big deal, and everyone was so upset. And now to see these massive stadium shows happening and people being, like, pelted with all of these objects, it's scary. Something that I wanted to talk about, I put a pin in.
You did. From
earlier today that I wanted to save for this discussion. Because it was very topical. It happened to me and Hannah today. It did. It happened to us. It's a facet of girl code, if you will. It is a clause in the larger book of girl code. Mm-hmm. And that is men who we have had some type of romantic relations with. So let's say anything past being friends.
Somebody that I've fucked.
Sure.
For example.
Yeah. Then hitting on and or alluding to wanting to date your friends.
Yeah. Being like, oh, damn, that's your girlfriend in the picture? Whoa.
And I'm like, what the? So basically what happened is today, someone who Hannah has recently fucked, and recently within like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
That's recent.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
Sure.
Texted her, out of context, by the way. You guys weren't having a conversation.
Yeah.
Texted you about me. That is so fucking weird. And I just don't understand why men think that girls and their friends are okay with being involved with the same people. I don't want to be involved with the same guy unless I hate you. Unless we're not connected at all.
You have a very firm stance on that, and I respect you for that.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, if this is somehow the love of your life, I'll fucking get over
You're
it.
Too
like,
selfless.
But I don't want you to just like fuck somebody I fucked just to fuck. Wait. I don't know what I just said.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's pretty common that girls don't want to be involved with someone that one of our friends has been involved with. It's
For
weird.
sure.
It's uncomfortable. There's most likely always unspoken feelings. And obviously there are exceptions to everything, right?
Mhm.
Like if it was something that was really like a long time ago
Yeah,
or
like someone from
truly like
college.
a fling, a one night stand, and you really, really don't care. There are exceptions where it's like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter that we've both been involved in some capacity with this guy. But this situation specifically, it was just so odd because it was so recent. It is so weird to me, especially because not only is he assuming that you're gonna be like, yeah, for sure, bro, I got you. Let me make this connect for you, my guy. Not only is it weird that he's thinking you're gonna play that role, it's also weird that he's like, oh, I'm sure that Hannah's best friend, A, is also interested in me, but B, won't feel uncomfortable about the fact that I've also hooked up with Hannah. Like, what?
We're not in college. We're not like sorority sisters at a frat house.
We're not
like...
Mormon? Like, I'm sorry, but it's just.
We're not in FLDS.
Like, it is so fucking weird to me. And I have been in a situation before where I have had a somewhat romantic coded relationship with someone, albeit not serious and like very friendship based, but
you've
still
been
like
on a few dates.
and the friendship
flirt.
line has been crossed already. And I
Yeah.
think once you cross that friendship line in any capacity, unless it has genuinely been like years that statute of limitations has done its course, don't ask about my friends.
Yeah.
Don't try to hook up with don't. It is just so weird to me because my friends know about you. And because of that, my friends don't want you to be interested in them and they're not going to be interested in you. And men cannot wrap their heads around that seemingly.
Yeah, I mean, and not all men, but somehow always a man,
I mean,
but
let's not defend men on
not
this
to generalize, but for ease of use. Yeah, it's just so childish. Like it really feels like you're at a frat with your sorority and it's like, oh, like so-and-so hooked up with him before, like apparently he's like great or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like you're talking to your girlfriend and she's like, I hooked up with this guy last night and you're like,
oh, Holly has a lot to say. Like, yeah, you were really great for me until I saw your friend.
A notch in the fucking belt.
Yeah.
Holly, do you hate men?
Holly,
do you hate men?
do you hate men? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that whole thing today just really rubbed me the wrong way. It's happened to me before. Oh my God. Holly.
We have to let her out.
Yeah.
Oh, baby girl.
I just think it's funny.
No, it was a little frustrating because we actually were talking like a bit this weekend and I was like getting kind of excited again, being like, oh my gosh, maybe he is more interested in me than I originally thought. Like,
just your friends.
Yeah, this could happen again. And then the second he sees a picture of my friends, which we're friends on Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook. Okay.
That's
Boomer.
Yeah.
My God.
Instagram,
Did you
it's all
vote for
the same
Trump
thing.
too?
Anyway, it's
Yeah,
just like you've
at the
seen
end of the
pictures of me
day-
and my friends before, bro. Like, grow the fuck up.
And at the end of the day, it's just my friends aren't going to want to fucking date someone whom I've like been in cahoots with.
Well, and and this is my harem, my brothel, and I'm the madam, and you guys are all getting pimped out by me.
Right. That's actually what this show is going to be.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got to just bring that up because it is something that truly gets under my skin.
I surprised Kimmy. I told her we have a game that we're going to play.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I made a game for her, and she doesn't know any context of this except that it's a game. I put it in PowerPoint just for me, and it says a game for Kimmy. All right, let's get into this game.
I'm ready to lose the game.
So this game, basically, I've been taking screenshots of things that I see on Hinge, and I've also kind of prowled a very minimal threads on Reddit.
Oh.
And you're going to have to guess if what I have here is from Reddit or from Hinge. So I'm going to read it to you, and then you have to guess Reddit or Hinge.
Okay.
There's
I don't spend a lot of time on Reddit.
I don't
But
either, but I see it recycled on like
not
Instagram
saying I
and
spend a lot of
Twitter
time on
X.
Hinge either, because I totally don't do that.
Totally don't try and spend at least a few minutes every day. It's called practice. Okay.
It's a numbers game.
You can't see my screen, right?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, good. I want you to cheat.
Can you see this angle?
No, I can't.
You're almost... Okay, whatever.
Okay, here we go. Number 1. At this point, we need to get rid of pennies, nickels, and dimes.
That's Hinge.
Correct.
I think I've seen that.
Amazing.
DC is a small
we're
place.
on Hinge in DC, so some of this might be familiar. Number 2. Eye drops in the morning fixes everything.
Like, in what fucking context would that be on Reddit?
I can't give you any hints.
I'm gonna say Reddit.
Yes, it's Reddit.
Okay, because I picture like a thread about like hangovers.
I forget.
Okay. I'm using my imagination.
Okay. We have overwhelming and underwhelming, but what does whelming mean?
Reddit.
Hinge.
What the fuck?
So you have 2 right, 1 wrong.
That's one of those examples where I'm like, you have 3 chances on Hinge to show someone what your personality is, and you chose that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I can't. My jaw remains on the floor.
All right, number 4. Focus is a scam created by the government.
Oh my fucking God. I'm so scared. Hinge?
It's Reddit.
Ah!
I knew the government would throw. Focus is a scam created by the government.
Like the idea of concentrating on something or the Ford model?
Not the car. Not the car.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, I just would like to know the context of that.
Here we go.
Birds aren't real. Is that going to be the
It's a hot dog and sandwich.
Ranch or blue cheese?
Just tell me. You'd have to line up 2.8 billion Ford F-150s to reach the sun.
We're back on Ford. That was it?
Yeah.
That was the
You'd
whole
have to
thing?
line up 2.8 billion Ford F-150s to reach the sun.
Well, that sounds like something a Republican would say, and we don't have a lot of those on Hinge here in DC, so I'm going to say Reddit.
It's Hinge.
Fuck!
You forget that when you put a certain mileage, you get into Virginia and Maryland.
Yeah, that's true. You be out there. I think
Anything
mine's at
past-
like 3.5.
Yeah, even
I don't
3
wanna
sometimes
leave-
gets you.
Yeah.
All right, next. On my 18th birthday, my uncle gave me a mummified frog that was passed down on the redneck side of my family for 3 generations.
Hinge. Okay, yeah. I mean, that would be funny. I would like that.
Mummified frog. And I also love
What
that
does
this
that
person
mean?
had to specify it's on the redneck side, you guys.
Yeah, not the normal side.
Of the family tree. We have the blue collar, we have the redneck.
I just want to know what a mummified frog entails. I'm not really sure if I fully know what mummification is.
Like when you get those
scientifically.
bugs and you put the pin in it and like frame it.
Pin?
You know how you can like frame dead butterflies and bugs and stuff?
Yeah,
They're like on a pin or whatever, but like they're dead already. So I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I want to
I don't do science.
No, I mean, women in STEM.
Only for the podcast. Okay. Next. The 2022 Chunkiest Bear competition was racked with voter fraud and had to be settled by a park official.
Hinge.
Yep.
I think I've seen that one as well.
That is Hinge.
Also, the bear competition is a really good thing to pay attention to.
Chunkiest bear competition.
I'm interested.
Friend shape.
I tune in.
Great. Anyone else find a car behind them, not even tailgating, just behind them, unreasonably stressful?
That's so fucking relatable, first of all. I saw this bumper sticker the other day that was like, please don't honk at me. I'm gonna start crying or something. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing
like
my
a sad face
fucking
bunny.
best.
Or it's like, bestie, please let me merge.
I want to say Hinge, but we've been on a Hinge streak. So my probability brain, because, you know, I am a woman in STEM for the sake of this hour-long podcast, says Reddit. Final answer.
It's Reddit.
Yeah. Okay. Process of elimination there, 50-50 chance.
Okay. What's your favorite reality TV show and why is it Love Island UK?
Fucking Hinge.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
surprised it didn't end in Game of Thrones, to be
that show
honest.
slaps. I mean, that was a green flag for this guy. I don't think I liked him though.
Again, it's just like liking Love Island anymore, I don't think gives you a personality. Everyone likes Love Island and everyone prefers the UK version. So in the 33% of your profile that shows me your personality, don't talk about that.
And mostly women in my experience, mostly the women around here tend to
Yeah.
like Love Island UK. So
And-
it's also you're pandering to your audience. Like he's
Right.
playing the game.
100%.
Which,
What's your favorite
fair.
Taylor Swift song? Fuck off. All right.
This
Next question.
This next question. There's always something more interesting than the task at hand.
Reddit.
Reddit.
What does that even mean? I can't get philosophical right now. It's too damn late. I'm too damn tired.
How do you personally feel about mayonnaise?
Hinge.
Reddit.
Interesting. Was it a whole thread?
I can't tell you.
You know, one of my nicknames growing up was Kimmy Mayonnaise.
That's funny.
It's not, but that's okay.
I mean, it's creative
Okay.
for children.
Yeah. I hated it.
Well-
Because I didn't like mayonnaise until, like, kind of recently.
Well, and that was it.
Like, until my adult life.
The game for Kimmy has ended.
Oh, that was the whole game.
And
I liked it.
And I hope that gives everybody a little bit more insight on the type of things we see on Hinge, and also our personal thoughts on why it maybe isn't the best thing.
Every podcast is going to be just ranting about dating in DC. And you guys can look forward to, at the end of every episode, we're going to ambush each other with some type of game or question or out of pocket
some
challenge.
Sort of bit or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any bits that you're committing to right now?
Sure. Yeah, we can use this to wrap up. I have a couple bits that I've been working into the fold. The one most popular right now is somebody does something that you really appreciate. They take a burden off. They book a trip. They carry your water bottle when your hands are full.
An act of service, if you will.
And then I just go support our troops.
Literally a service.
If someone does an act of service, I'm like, thank you so much. Support our troops.
Oh my God. That's going to get into the wrong ears.
Exactly.
Around here.
And I love it because it's a little bit like if somebody just happens to walk by and hear me say it out of context and they don't know me, they could think that I like am a bootlicker.
Mm-hmm.
But I only lick boots if I'm getting paid to.
Mm-hmm.
The other bit I really am thinking is like us today getting ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did makeup and stuff and we like kind of styled our hair a little bit to look cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just in like comfies. So it's like cunty and cozy, like comfy cozy, but cunty and cozy.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conversely, you could also I feel like it's a good like fall vibe. You could also be, if you're like the opposite, you're just like a little like sleepy soldier. You could be like eepy and creepy because it's kind of spooky.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have those ones.
I am running with supported troops and cunty and cozy though.
Yeah, the cunty and cozy and like our vibe right now kind of reminds me of like those Southern sororities that they had rules if you were like in the public
Wearing letters.
Yeah, or was it wearing letters? You have to like either have your hair done, your makeup done, or your outfit needs to be good.
Oh, ours were if you're wearing letters, you had to look good.
Oh, you had one of those rules.
It was just like if you have any form of like letters, like you should have your makeup and hair done. Like you shouldn't be like rolling in like sweats or something.
They luckily never really told us any of that.
I mean, they didn't really enforce it because I didn't have a class above me.
Yeah, I also don't really identify as a prior sorority girl, so.
No, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I probably looked like shit most of the time when I was on
Yeah.
campus. You guys, we are Women in Stone. We've had quite the technical issues shooting our first
so
episode.
Hard.
We are,
And I'm so tired. I went to bed at 5 a.m. last night, and it's now almost 11 p.m.
we're gonna,
And my little eyeballs are just
we're gonna
not
wrap this up
grokking.
now so we can go to sleep. And someday this will be a lot easier and we'll figure it out. But thank you for bearing with us for episode
thanks
1.
for joining along with our rocky start
rocky
to
road.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to do it again another time.
See you next time.
See you never, losers.
Bye.
Bye.
Funny, hot, very cool.